guys, welcome back. Today we are going to make rice pudding. I feel super festive right now because I'm wearing a little crop top with Mexican florals on the side. So I am in the mood, I'm vibing, I'm ready to get this recipe started. So let's get started, guys. Okay, I'm gonna be super honest with you guys. This video took me forever to actually record. One, because I've never made rice pudding before. Two, because there are like a million variations of rice pudding recipes out there, and I just didn't know which one to trust and which one to go with. So after much debate, much research, and a phone call to my madre, who is the rice pudding queen, I have decided on a recipe. I kind of tweaked it a bit. My mother said that you can pretty much put anything you want in rice pudding. It is up to the creator's taste buds. So I am going to include some spices and seasonings that I prefer to taste in my rice pudding. So let me show you what I have gathered. So I have gathered your typical rice pudding ingredients along with a few spices that I would prefer to taste in my rice pudding. Behind me, I have 3 main ingredients that are absolutely necessary to make your rice pudding, which are long grain rice, milk, and water. Everything else is to your taste. I am going to include condensed milk, vanilla extract, cinnamon, lemon rind, and nutmeg. So let's get started. So the first step to making rice pudding is cooking your rice. You're going to want to bring your water to a boil and cook your rice until the water is almost completely evaporated. I'm going to start by pouring my water in my pot. You're going to want a very deep pot because you're going to include a lot of liquids in this recipe. So now that my water is inside my pan, I am going to start boiling the water. So you're going to want to set your stove to the highest heat until you see bubbles form in your water, which tells you your water is starting to boil. All right, once you see those bubbles start to form, you are going to go ahead and pour in your rice. Here I have 1 cup rice. Once you have poured in your rice, you're going to want to disperse it evenly amongst your pan. Once you see the water start to boil and the rice start to move, you're going to want to reduce your heat to low, and you're going to cover for 15 to 30 minutes. You're going to want to check it occasionally for the right consistency. Now, you might be wondering, when do I check on my rice? Right now, there is a lot of water. Once you see the water start to diminish, that's when you're gonna wanna check your rice for the right consistency. Okay, y'all, I set my timer for 15 minutes. I came back to check at about 1 minute left. My water is almost fully evaporated, and we're ready for the next step. Okay, so next you're gonna wanna add 3 cups milk. I am including condensed milk. I'm going to add half of a 14-ounce can. Some of the rice might have stuck to the bottom, so the liquids are going to help release the rice. So just give it a quick stir. Then you're gonna wanna add 1/4 cup sugar. Okay, so here's where I'm going to make my own modifications. It calls for 1 stick of cinnamon, but I do not have 1 stick of cinnamon, nor do I have the luxury of going to the store to purchase 1 stick of cinnamon, but I do have ground cinnamon, so I'm going to put about a ½ teaspoon or more. Just taste it and see what you prefer. Another modification I'm making to the recipe is adding vanilla extract. Alex loves vanilla, so I'm going to add that in for him. I'm also going to add a ½ teaspoon of nutmeg. Once you've added all of your spices to taste, you're going to want to mix them in thoroughly. Put your top back on for another 15 to 20 minutes. You're going to know your rice pudding is ready when most of the liquid is fully absorbed and evaporated and the rice is thick and fluffy. The liquid should also have a thicker consistency to it. And now we wait once again. Okay guys, so this is the finished product. I left it in for a total of 15 minutes and the liquid is mostly absorbed. The rice is super puffy, which is exactly what you want it to look like. It tastes good in my opinion. You're going to put this in the fridge for 15 minutes to let it cool, which will also help absorb more of the liquids and make it a little thicker and creamier. Okay, so I just pulled it out of the fridge. I let it chill for 15 minutes. It is still pretty warm, so if you like your rice pudding cold, you might want to leave it in there for 30 to 40 minutes. But we're gonna go ahead and try it for now. As you can tell, it has gotten pretty thick and fluffy, which is exactly the consistency you want. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a taste test. Alex will be the true taste tester today since this is what he's been wanting for a long time. And his mom makes really good rice pudding, so I don't think mine will compare, but if it tastes good, at least I accomplished something.
So first of all, I'm sweaty because I just worked out, but I'm the taste tester. And the aroma, I smell hints of cinnamon. Nutmeg, no. It's really good.
Is it, or are you just saying that for the video?
That's actually really good.
You like it? I'm glad you like it, babe. Do you have any critiques?
I can't wait for it to be cold. Like, I don't know why, like, growing up, my mom made this and I always ate it cold. Like, this is amazing. The rice is nice and thick, just like I remember my mom's. So once it's cold, it's gonna take on a new form. As it is, thumbs up.
Okay, y'all, it is my turn to taste the rice pudding. I really enjoy a good cup of rice pudding. My mom made it growing up, and Alex's mother also makes a really good rice pudding. So let's give it a taste. It is really good. The rice is super thick and fluffy. The liquid has a thick consistency, but once we let this chill a little longer in the fridge, it will take on a new form, as Alex said, and it'll taste even better. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe video, and maybe you'll try making rice pudding at home as well. Bye guys!